Living with a mental illness can be lonely. Men, please stop Instagramming people you find on Tinder. It can leave you isolated from the world, afraid to leave your house, scared of what's on the outside. It stops you from talking to people in case you let on that you're not well, worried that they won't understand, they won't believe you, or worse, that they'll walk away. This generally isn't the case, but it's hard for people living with mental health issues to open up to other people about them, especially if that person doesn't live with a mental illness themselves. I'm not saying people without mental illness can't understand people with them or be there for them, but the bottom line is they can't relate. And sometimes, when a person is in their darkest place, all they need is someone who really gets what they're going through. Which is why it's so refreshing when you find friendship with someone who, like you, suffers with their mental health. I'd never wish mental illness on anyone, but as someone who lives with bipolar disorder, it has been a great comfort to me to be able to speak to someone who just listens, who gets it. Someone who isn't going to tell me my medication is giving me a false reality. Someone who isn't going to tell me I just need to eat healthier or drink more water. Someone who doesn't see a run in the park as a cure. While my best friend doesn't live with bipolar, she still has a mental illness that at times prevents her from leaving the house and causes panic attacks and breakdowns. Despite not sharing the diagnosis, these are all things I've come to experience with bipolar disorder. When you're facing these kind of symptoms, it's so comforting to know you're not alone and that you can be of strength for another person, giving them advice that they can actually use to better the situation because you've been there yourself. It's not just about the advice, it's about being listened to. Sometimes people with mental health issues worry about being a burden to those who don't. We worry that opening up about things to someone with ideal mental health will push them away because it'll be too much to handle. This isn't the case when you're opening up to people who struggle themselves. People who know what you're going through, or at least have had an experience of what you deal with, are happy to listen to you. Not just because they want to support you, but because it's a relief to them to know that they're not crazy. They're not alone. They're just like you, someone who needs a little bit of help with an illness that is out of your control. These people understand that it is an illness, that it's not all in your head, and that sometimes it's not easy to get out of bed and face the day. Sometimes all you want to do is hide away from the world. To the people who get it, that's okay. Knowing that you can tell your friend, "I'm sorry, but I just don't feel like it today," without feeling as though you've let someone down, is a rare and special thing to have within a friendship. I'm not saying that if you suffer with mental health you should only be friends with those in the same boat as you. I have some truly wonderful friends who don't have a mental illness, who plan things with me and make me feel supported. But nothing will ever come close to the bond I have with a friend who truly understands. The friend who doesn't have to ask me what's up to know I'm not okay. The friend who will call around in the middle of the night because they know what it's like to feel sad and alone. They're the friends who can cheer you up without doing anything. Who know not to do anything extreme, because at times, being around too many people at once can make you panic. Who know that sometimes you just can't help the bad days. But they're also the people who know you inside and out, and will never, ever leave you without support or understanding. They're a rarity. If you're lucky enough to have found someone like that, you should never let go. More hell writing about my mental illness helped me come to terms with it more. When you've got mental health issues, it's hard to do things you know will help,